Alright, folks, let's go ahead and get started. I'm Yorny Valley, and welcome to another episode of Star Technology, where I am both pleased and displeased with many things. It's been several days since I have recorded an episode. If you recall, last time we finally set up quantum processors, and since then we now have quantum processor assemblies, and these are nanoprocessor stacks or supercomputers, but they're not like the fiber reinforced boards are going over to the quantum stuff over there. Anyway, so as soon as this empties, I'm sure we'll swap it out. But that's just sort of there. I was trying to set up the MV machine energy emitter, field emitter, MV field emitters. That's what they're called. That's MV. These are HV. I'm trying to set up the HV field emitters, but they require quantum eyes, and I just don't have enough radon going. So I've been spending the last 20 minutes trying to figure out what we're gonna do for that. I don't have a good answer. I think it's just we're gonna swap over to the bigger machine. The fractionating distillery will swap out the inputs to probably ZPM. It'll be ZPM, I think, by the time we get there. And yeah, that'll be that. Oh, this goes back. I did upgrade it to EV instead of HV. So, and then there's two hatches now. So now it's running at 25 seconds apiece. And the reason is because this helium, I think it only goes towards making Basal's powder, which is really slowing down our, what do I have in there? I think it's, yeah, stainless steel cell. So this stainless steel cell, it takes 6,400 seconds to fill. And now we're down to, it only takes 1,600 seconds to fill. So, there is that. Right, so we have a few things to go over. I went and spent a lot of time building stuff. So first off, this is the thing, one of the things I wanted to get done today. We'll see if we do it. Basically, I didn't realize that the loop you're supposed to do for this, because Hyper kept saying, use the loop, is you take the purified nether dust, and I kept trying to figure out, what do you mean you bring this and you loop it back around? That doesn't make any sense because you're only getting 28% of a quarter of the inputs. So why would you do that? And I finally realized he meant you take this purified dust, loop that around, and then these two is what you pass on to actually smelt. So you'll basically get more and more and more of these in the system, and you'll basically have it running constantly, as opposed to right now, where we have to wait for the 2% chance that each of these will go through to get 9 tiny piles. Yeah, so that's a silly way of doing it. We should really be doing it his way, and so maybe we'll get to that today. But you'll notice that I do have this set up over here. I have a couple of issues with it. I thought it was going to be pretty good, and then I kind of messed it all up. So this one makes iron 3 chloride, which we don't really need, but I wanted to set it up for completion. I'm feeling very completionist right now. And then salt makes sulfuric acid. Sulfur makes sulfuric acid. Salt makes the hydrochloric acid mixed with this to get the cupric, sodium persulfate precursor. And then we're making some sodium persulfate. The problem is right here. No, not right here. Right here. I'm actually using salt in like a billion places. So I set up a salt manufactory, but it's ridiculous how I'm doing it. So I got to figure something out for that. And I don't think the answer is just make a ton of salt, but maybe that's the answer. And then lastly, we do have the exact same setup for cupric chloride. And the goal is to see just how few inputs we can have. So I could break this down even further, and we could have a ore processing setup that processes the rock salt output from, I don't know, centrifuging seawater, I think. Actually, I'm considering that. That might be really cool. But if we do that, then it's like 3 more machines. And it doesn't reduce the number of inputs at all. It just brings it back a little bit further. And the rock salt's fine. So that's no big deal. I'm not really worried about that. So we have all of these. I don't think there are any more. I think these are all of them. Cooper chloride is the highest tier. It's just making sense to have more. And then I think we did this before. That's all waiting for us to get the chemical plant. And I really think we need to start working on the chemical plant because in here I've done a ton of work. This is the mid-size one. Let's start over here. So I am very, very slowly turning wood into wood vinegar, into acetone, into, I don't remember, butadiene or something, into meth something or other. And then all of that turns into liquid rubber. We're doing it the most obnoxious way possible. Oh, but it's fine. It's lovely. I love the way that we're doing it. Actually, I'm very disappointed in how slow this one is. We don't use it for anything, so it's not a problem, but it's a little disappointing. And then this is the one that's actually causing me grief, is that we need the salt to make seawater. Then we can electrolyze the seawater to get chlorine and hydrogen. And then the chlorine and the hydrogen mix together, and eventually we get the silicone rubber. We are avoiding so much hydrochloric acid and so much hydrogen. It's crazy how much we are. And then over here, it's the exact same thing. We're creating witch water to create soul sand. We're centrifuging soul sand into oil. The oil gets distilled into whatever the inputs of this are. Inputs of this one. Somewhere in here. I've got, they kind of bounce around between them in the back. But one of the outputs from here. So yes, we're getting sulfuric gas. And then we have to take the sulfuric gas and turn it into refinery gas. And then we get the butane out of that. Butane turns into butene, which turns into butadiene. And then we mix that with some... somewhere in there we got styrene going. Oh, I remember where styrene is. It's back here. I had to start a second semi-line. And this one is steam mixed with... Did I give up? It's steam mixed with something. Where's the other input to this? Oh, right. No, I've got it here. It's, we're making... I put another tree farm down here. So steam mixed with the wood gives us coal gas. And then the coal gas we distill into something which then gets mixed into styrene, so we get the butadiene styrene, and then we needed oxygen in there somewhere, so we've got another place where we are avoiding all the hydrogen. All of that, and we now have a fairly... Although, now I'm looking at it, none of these are running, are they? Oh, because this process here is really slow. Yeah, we're waiting on the fractionating distillery is actually running fairly fast. Maybe it's this one. Ultimately, one of these is just slower than all the rest. So I'll fix that. That's the second thing we need to work on today is getting parallel control hatches, because I think that'll fix a bunch of these machines being too slow. And then over here, this place is a mess. I didn't like anything about how I did this, but we're basically... I mean, even down to, well, we're getting glue is basically the answer. We start with making witch water, turning the witch water into slime here with the slight Hawkeye spores. And then they turn into slime balls, they turn into rubber, whatever the rubber precursor is. And then that comes into here to get the glue. And this one's not running because obviously we're full of bug glue. I started playing with this one, and I should have had a potato farm, and then the potato farm goes into the large size compressor. But that seemed like a lot of effort at the time, and it was really late, and I just didn't want to deal with it, so I didn't. And so this is going to be, I mean, temporary. Obviously, I'm going to replace it really quick. I mean, I would never just leave a temporary solution just sitting around. Anyhow, so this is 18 ticks. But it's, you see it slows down for a second, so it's not the slowest bit. And then in here somewhere, this is all just kind of janky. It all had to mix together. We've got a distillation tower pulling out ethanol, and the ethanol mixes with the something ethylene. And the end result is we get, polyethylene mixed into polyethylene. You have to have a little miniature side step here. And the side step is because we do need ethylene for other things. And I thought that would be a good place to do that. But now I'm kind of thinking, oofda. Oh, and then lastly, we've got this one over here. And I don't care about it. It's really bad. It's really janky. It takes a lot of resources. The number one resource it takes is this salt here. But the salt mixes to make seawater. So I realized I'm actually centrifuging salt water to make the salt. And then here, I'm mixing the salt with to make the electrolyzer go. Yep, it's ridiculous. So let's just pause that for a little bit and see if that helps other things catch up. And then this is getting us our polytetrafluoroethylene. But the reason why I don't care about it is because pretty quickly we're going to get the chemical line reduction, and that's just fluorine and carbon. The fluorine was coming from the titanium that we get out of the doohickey downstairs, the nether dust maker thing, wherever that is. And that one's stalled because it's so slow, so we'll need to set that up. So those are our 3 next tasks. I think I had a fourth. Did I have a fourth one? No. But pure netherite loop, polybenzimidazole, and parallel hatch. I need polybenzimidazole for a bunch of stuff what we're doing, but I also wanted to make sure that we did the parallel control hatches on camera. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. I think that if I come in here and grab it's over here. I think if I grab, yeah. Oh, I only have so many crime stars. Oh, that's not good. Do I have any more radon? I don't. Ah, okay. So we can make 2, I think. And that's fine. We'll make the 2. I can make a emitter right here. This is not gaining radon in any significant manner. And that's what we need for everything. So if I come in here and I give it 1, 2, okay, now what? Why are you missing things? Oh, it doesn't have power at all. Ha! That's funny. Let's go do that and do that, and I guess connect these. And we should get a couple of IV emitters out of the deal. So the parallel control hatch wants the emitter and the sensor, and both of them require quantum stars. Wow, that's a lot. Wait a second. Do I need... No, it should just assemble it, right? It needs a 1. What are you missing? 2, 2, 4, 1 on a 1. LV. 2, 2, 4, 1. Yeah. Yeah. So you should be running. Why aren't you running? LV. IV emitter. It's got power. Oh, that's just frustrating. What are you missing? This is I keep running into all of these issues is I don't understand. IV circuit, tungsten cables. It doesn't have tungsten cables. Why does it have RAM chips? Oh, I know. It's got RAM chips. Okay. So that's silly. Basically, I accidentally started pushing RAM chips into the IV circuit, so everything randomly has these RAM chips in them. I think I can. Nope, that's gold. I think I've got a few tungsten. I've been shy on tungsten for like ever, and I couldn't figure out why. And I finally realized, oh, the problem is I turned off the tungsten maker. Why would I do that? At what point did that make sense? I don't know, but I did. So, oh well. We can grab the scanner. Actually, you know what? I probably wanted to stay down there because the scanner wants an iridium rod and 4 tungsten steel plates. And yeah, okay. So let's come back down here. And it's one more. Yep. Okay. I'm a little all over the place. 0. Good. Iridium rods. 1, 2. And we'll need 8 and 2 for the processors and the other thing. IV machine hull. Take the tungsten steel plates. That's fine. And 2 processors. We have processors. So I'm just in this. I don't know how to phrase it. It's like a. Oh, these are LUV circuits. Okay, well that's even better. We do need to make crystal chips here soon. I think we're almost at the point where we can make them. The problem is we can't process them. We got the resources. We just don't have the machine. Oh, come on. I keep thinking I can add one more in there, and that is not how it works. And then Elite Parallel Control Hatch just needs an IV machine hull, 4 LUV circuits, and 2X platinum cables. That we can do. These are LUV. Right? Yeah, and then I don't know that I've got 2X platinum cables. Do we use those for anything? Or am I gonna have to go make them? Yeah, we don't use them for anything. Okay, that's fine. We'll just come in here. We will grab 2 of these and then 8 of those. The only downside is I think I'm gonna have to go grab the polyvinyl chloride sheets. Nope, not that one. This one. And I don't remember where those are. I'm rearranging everything like constantly, trying to make it better, and it's like a little kid who has to eat all their food. Just take it all. Just here, 2 stacks. It's not like it won't be used in here, or that PVC is expensive. I do need to automate whatever that PVC line is, but I don't know. Liquid. So we've got polyvinyl chloride, polyphenylene sulfide, and polycaprolactam. Polyvinyl butyrol. Polyether ether ketone is another one that we need to do, but it uses the chemical plant almost immediately, so I'm not going to worry about it. Polyimide. What do we use that for? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay. But we should have everything we need for 2 elite control patches, which is cool because we're almost immediately going to... So the reason why I use these is because it lets you run 4 recipes in parallel, which basically means you get a 4-fold increase in speed on your machine, whereas if you upgrade to the next tier, you get 4 times the power requirement, but only 2 times upgrade in speed. And it's taken me much longer to make these than I think it should have. We can make the master ones, but that requires LUV sensors, which we haven't set up yet, and CPM circuits, which are a little dicey yet, but everything else is reasonable. So that might just happen in the background, because yikes. All right, so I have a couple of these that I wanted to upgrade, and now I'm totally stumped. Oh, I know. Let's go try. Not this one. It's actually up here. I want to try. Oh, I can't for reasons unknown. Over here. One of these is tungsten. Sorry, not tungsten, topaz. can't get through there. You mean to fix that, but this feels so old. Like I haven't been here in days, but because I've spent so much time over in the other, yeah, topaz. So this is blue topaz. We don't want that one. We want just regular topaz. Although I just realized we should probably be processing the blue topaz as well. Why are you not running? Because it doesn't have... Oh, bummer. Okay. So I guess that means the first one we want to do is the one that makes... So there's a reason why I haven't had any helium in a while. Because our... I moved over the production of the... Oh, come on. Sodium persulfate. And didn't do it right, I guess. So I think sodium persulfate is over here. And which one of these is slow rolling the whole thing? It's actually salt. So, as ridiculous as it sounds, maybe we go and try to upgrade the speed of the salt machine. Which I'm actually okay with because... So this is the one that makes actual salt. And saltpeter does something else. Potassium. Oh, it does do salt. Okay, which one of these makes salt better, faster? Nope, that's rock salt. There's salt. Ore processing, just the two. And this one has a 25% chance. And this one has a 25% chance. So let's go ahead and... I'm not using saltpeter for anything, so let's go ahead and just do rock salt then. And I got to figure out where we're going to put this. I think just right here is fine. And this will be the first machine, and this is a good machine to try this on, to do the elite control hatch. All right, does it tell us anything? It doesn't seem to. It's supposed to be doing 4... Oh, you have to actually go in there and tell it. Okay, performing 4 recipes in parallel. Yeah, right here. And why did it bump up to 3 seconds? This is 1.5. Well, I don't love that. That basically defeats the purpose. We could just bump up to the next tier. Okay, well, so this is not going to be the panacea that I thought it was going to be. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I'm going to save the other one. I don't remember which one we need to do it on. But now that I've got those done, I will... the reason I'm not just making a whole bunch of them on camera is because what I need to do is... come in here. Run down here. Oh, it's over here. Snag some... For some reason... Well, anyways, I've got the nether stars, is the point. I think the output bus has got to be full. Oh, nope. Oh, that's right, because this one smashes them. This has been running for a really long time and not really gaining anything, and it's essentially entirely the helium we need to make more liquid basalts. And that's frustrating, but we're working on solving that. So, let's go grab... I think I've got enough. Use steel drum. Actually, I should stop using the drums, and seeing as how I've got the stainless steel pipe doohickeys. I would actually put the parallel control hatch on this guy. What? Just that's very frustrating that it... I thought it would do 1-to-1, but oh well. It's not the fact that it uses 4 times the power, it's the fact that it uses twice the time to get it done. That's basically just bumping it up a tier. That's not helpful, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll get over it. Should have a chemical bath in here. We have not got a chemical bath anymore. Okay. Well, then I'm going to punt that a little bit, and I will put another chemical bath in here. I'll actually probably make the bigger one because as long as I'm making it, I may as well. Three-purpose laundry washer I360. Yep. And this is nothing but a few pipe casings and watertight casings. So this is nothing new and nothing super interesting. But I'll put that in here. I'll find a space for it somewhere. I don't know where that space is going to be. I will probably actually get rid of these and then put it in the space right here. That seems reasonable. Okay, and then I think I might even put off polybenzimidazole a little bit longer. No. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. In here, I'm going to do this off camera because it'd just be kind of fiddly, and I gotta tear this down the way it is, and basically one of these pipes. Yeah, it's that pipe, that one right there. Nope, it's not. There's one underneath it. Here, in fact, we can just move that. This one here. Yeah. There's a pipe. You can see it way back there, but I can't. Right back there. That's going through and entering, I think this. No, it's that pipe there. And it goes up in there. So essentially, I'm going to just, in fact, okay, you know what? I can get back behind there. Let's do this. I can at least do this on camera. And this packer. Yeah, okay. So we're going to let this build up in here. And essentially, I'm going to figure out a less silly way of doing this. It'll probably just output to the front after this. Yeah, and then I don't know what I'm going to do for chlorine and ethylene coming in, but I'll figure something out. And we're basically going to... You know what? Let's just break this. And get rid of that. And then this comes back straight instead. Okay, so essentially the only things we're going to be smelting are the overflow. So essentially we're going to loop this around, and it's going to be a ton of time and speed and effort. Yeah. It'll be, and then as this runs, it'll just add into this cycle. I don't know if this makes sense, what I'm saying. But basically, right now, this is the overflow, the extra, or the slight chance. It's a 28% chance to get two of them. And they get packaged in here, and that's what's going to go get smelted. Everything else is going to sit inside that machine right there until I basically build an electrolyzer, and I'm hoping I can fit the electrolyzer in that square and still make everything work. I think I can rearrange it that way. Anyhow, once that happens, it's going to slow down processing temporarily, but that's okay. We're not going to use 2,000 pure netherite since we've used all of, like, I think 32 so far. And now we get to the polybenzimidazole. Okay, so here's my compromise on polybenzimidazole. This is so much easier. I mean, we get an output of water, which we'll just void. In fact, this is maybe even easier. Oh, no, it uses carbon dioxide, and we're getting lots of carbon dioxide. So I'll do the chemical plant. It'll be benzene, and we might even make the benzene. Benzene's not hard to make. We just use biphenyl dust, which is not that way. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not any easier. Anyways, we'll make we'll do benzene somehow. And right. So what that means is that we're going to basically, we have to go through all of these steps, and we're going to do it all manually. And I know that sounds a little bit much, but we're going to be able to skip a bunch of steps, I think. So let's start with, we need to get dichlorobenzidine. which means we need nitrochlorobenzene, which is nitration mixer and chlorobenzene. Nitration mixture, I think I've got. Let's run over here. We're gonna eat a bunch of our tungsten steel, but I want to get a bunch of tungsten steel drums. I'm gonna try to get about 1,000 buckets. And this is not running because... Okay, that's fine. I don't know that we need a ton of tungsten steel here. In fact, they don't even... Yeah, it doesn't even handle acids, so that's not super useful. Right, so we're going to take that and grab some nitration mixture, which is going to be over here. And like I said, I mean, I don't like doing this stuff manually. I like even setting up temporary machines, but this one just, it's nothing but a series of... I realized I'm spending too much time complaining about what we need to do instead of just doing it. So, we're going to just run down this list here and grab all of the things and run them through our chemical reactor upstairs. Hopefully. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it. I might have one little trick to make things go better. Do I have an IV hatch in here? IV machine hull, IV energy hatch. Well, I mean, I want those, but no. And I don't have the tungsten wire to make a better one. So let's just use the one that's downstairs. It's fine. It's already running at IV. So the problem is what as I go through here, I can't tell what I need. I know I need phthalic acid. So that's going to be naphthalene. No, there's an easier one. Well, okay. Is this easier? I can't tell. The dimethylbenzene we already have, and the oxygen we already have, but the potassium dichromate we don't. Or I can do potassium and naphthalene with sulfuric acid. I think this one's probably easier. The problem is, to get the naphthalene, I have to run coal tar. Ugh. Okay, how do I get coal tar in a way that I'm not already doing? Is it just a pyrolysis oven? It looks like that might be the answer. Okay. Yeah, don't love that. Don't love that. This is I need to calculate it out, and I don't want to. I'd like 1,000 buckets of polybenzimidazole. So that means that we need 1,000 buckets of each of these. That's, in fact, let's get rid of all of this because this is just confusing. And we'll do one at a time. We'll get 1,000 buckets of each. Diaminobenzidine. Let's completely skip what we were just doing because it's so confusing. I don't know why it's confusing for me, but it is. Okay, so if we want 1,000 buckets of diaminobenzidine, we need 2,000 buckets of ammonia. That's just crazy talk right there. Do I have 2,000 buckets, though? I might actually have that. Where do we get ammonia from? This, I don't know if this guy's working. Oh, it is. Look at you. Okay. So, one of these is ammonia, right? Don't I... Acetic acid, ethanol, methanol, carbon dioxide. Where do we get ammonia from, then? I could have sworn this is where we were to get it from. I have been putting this off for so long because I just don't want to have to figure it out. Yeah, distillery, fermented biomass. Ammonia is right below carbon dioxide. Why can't I see it? Oh. Because we're using it all. Well, that is a problem, isn't it? Okay, then here's what we're going to do. We are going to grab We'll just make it. It's fine. I just don't know how long it's going to take. And there's no other way to get it, although we need coal gas. I have coal gas being made, but I don't have it being stockpiled. And that's an issue, isn't it? Hydrogen, nitrobenzene. We're trying to get to the nitrobenzene. Monochloramine, no, methane, and nitrogen. And that doesn't really do anything better for us. Hydrogen and nitrogen. Okay. We can do that. We're going to go ahead and try it like this. And I'm not sure that this is the best way to do this either. But I should just be able to do 3 of those. Sorry. When I said that I was going to do this, is any of these hydrogen by any chance? Oh. No, okay. I do have like 1 billion hydrogen down here. And this is not sparking joy. So I'm kind of thinking I may have to do some of this off camera real quick. Because otherwise you're literally just going to watch me run around and pick up chemicals. But to the extent that it's worth picking up chemicals, that's what we'll do. I have... There we go. This is the one I was thinking of. Done. And so maybe while this is cooking, we'll build up another quick chemical reactor in this room in here. That seems like a good plan. Because this one's going to get busy fast. Input hatch, input hatch. Okay. We want to do, I guess, that. And we'll do like that, and then we'll do like that. Alright. And then basically, I think I'm just going to put some pumps on these so that I don't have to deal with it. Bloop, and bloop. Yep. And that means that we wanted... Which one of these? There we go. Ammonia. It's just making ammonia. Good. Okay. So, I guess... See, this is what I'm a little concerned about. I don't know that I've got enough... I'll forget it. We'll just go get some more. I have this stuff stockpiled for a reason, right? But it's like healing items when you're playing Final Fantasy. I never use them. I get to the very last boss, and I'm like, what if there's another phase to the boss? Then what am I gonna do? And you know, so I always end up beating any of the Final Fantasies I've got with like 99 of every item. Yep. Okay, so making ammonia to make dichlorobenzidine. Dichlorobenzidine, we need... Oh, we were already doing this, weren't we? This is the one I didn't want to have to do because it was confusing. Okay, chlorobenzene is chlorine and benzene. Let's go check and see how much we need. We want 1,000 polybenzimidazole. So we need 1,000 diaminobenzene, which we've already got the 2,000 ammonia cooking. So we need 1,000 dichlorobenzidine. And just to be sure, we don't get this anywhere else, right? Yeah. Yeah, dichlorobenzidine. So 1-to-1. So we need 1,000 dichlorobenzidine, which means we need 2,000 nitrochlorobenzene, which means 1,000 chlorobenzene and 2,000 nitration mixture. Now the nitration mixture I can do, I think, I hope. I've got it being made somewhere. Over here. I sure hope it's actually made. This is why we're replacing all this. That's nitric acid. And one of these is nitration mixture. But where would I be making that at? Sulfuric acid. Sodium hydroxide dust. Hydrogen. Ethylene. Oh, hey, look. This guy's... No. This is the one that's using the ammonia. So where did I decide to make a nitration mixture? See, this is... Wait. Dichlorobenzene. Oh, even better. Even better. Okay, cool. 1 to 1. And then this one was 1 to 1. Okay, cool. We're done. That's it. That's all we needed. We beat the game. What is that making? Why do I have this? I don't know. What am I using dichlorobenzene for? Oh, to make polyphenylene sulfide. Oh. I don't know why we didn't see that. I don't have acidic osmium because I'm doing it elsewhere now. That's gotta be fixed. All this has gotta be fixed. It's too confusing for me. It's like, it's the exact same reason why when I'm... Just a second. One of the neighbors had a bunch of, like, probably 100-year-old trees on their property. And they tore them all down so they could sell it. And I was like, don't do that. But it now means that there's a large number of loud vehicles that we can hear over the mic, so I had to cover that. Well, what we got the dichlorobenzene, we got the ammonia. Are we done with the ammonia? Do we have that? Oh, this is gonna take a long time. Okay, so what I want to do, I think, is set this to go. Yeah. And that's 1 second. How can we make this? Does a large chemical reactor take a... I don't imagine it does. No. That is too bad. So we can't do the parallel control hatch. I think we need to... Can we just upgrade it to IV? We have IV power right there. It won't. Will it make it? It does have perfect overclock. Are you done? Wait a second. You shouldn't be done. Did I do it backwards? Was ammonia? Free hydrogen. Oh, I so totally did it backwards. Good golly. Alright, nitrogen and nitrogen. But we've got hydrogen everywhere, so it's not going to be a huge problem, I don't think. Nitrogen. Nitrogen. Okay. Oh. There you go. Nearest hydrogen, please. Over here. Alright, so... I really don't want to set up another large chemical reactor, but I guess I don't have a lot of options. Unless I'm going to just sit here, and I've done lots of just sitting here lately, so let's see what we can do. We gotta put that pump back. I'm not very good at doing this manually, am I? That's what I'm learning. Okay. We need chemical reactor, copper nickel block, PTFE pipe casing, and sterile PTFE chemically inert. Sorry, that's the one. I've got the energy hatch. We've got the output bus, the output hatch. Do I have... I do. I have the maintenance hatches. Okay, got everything we need. Where do we want to put it? I did not leave myself enough space in there. I'm thinking over here. If I have enough room to... This one is, okay. It's fine. We're going to do it right here. 2 over. In fact, I can do it right here like this. Why do I have this? What are you even? You're nothing. I need to just put it away. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it in one more. So if I grab you, 1, 2. And then, I suppose, chemically inert. Just do that all along the back. And this is, like I said, just temporary, because otherwise I'm doing nothing for a little while. And when I say temporary, I mean until we kind of retire this whole room. Because I'm never taking it down. I'm laughing at myself because of my roguish ways. There we go. And then we need the... I've made so many of these over the last little bit. It's part of why I'm really dreading this. I was putting it off. I think we need a little bit. Sorry. That was the brakes. Okay, so... I have oxygen there for some reason. Of course I do. Input hatch, and we'll do an input bus. Just in case. And then I think we need... Actually, we'll probably need like 4 output hatches. Right? Oh, look. Perfect. Now I have to go make some more output hatches. Or input hatches. But that'll do for there. And then let's go ahead and give it 2 output buses, just in case. I should probably be using the bigger ones for these, but this is what I've got off. And chemically inert. Please form. Nice. Okay. So, you're making the ammonia. And the question is, do we let you kind of do your thing? Because this was 2 ammonia to 1 dichlorobenzene. In fact, let's go ahead and... Uh-oh. Dang, nabbit. That's diaminobenzidine. And that's dichlorobenzidine. That's dichlorobenzene. Oh my goodness. Okay. Nitrochlorobenzene. This isn't even close to right. Okay, what about over here? Diphenyl phthalic acid requires... dimethylbenzene. Perfect. And then double that in oxygen. Well, we have oxygen right here. Okay, so it wasn't the one we wanted. There is a completely different train of chemicals that does what we need. Okay. Input hatch. Input hatch. Which one was this? This was trying to get to... It was trying to get to phthalic acid. Phthalic. Oh, dang it. Now we need to get the potassium dichromate. That's why this one was like this. Okay. But at this point, it's kind of seeming like saltpeter and chromium trioxide might not be the worst thing in the world. In fact, it's not. Okay, so how many of these we're going to need? 8. This is just 1 per craft, so it'll be like 100. So if we get like a couple of stacks, that should be sufficient. I think we can just go grab some chromium dust, and then we'll make this. But now the question is, where do I remember having chromium dust? It's all the way over here. There we go. I'll do 4 stacks. By the time this is done cooking, we should be ready to rock, right? On the first one. I really don't want to put up a third one of these. Alright, so you are gonna get that. Oh, that's so fast. Uh-oh. One of these. Oh, right. Oh, hey, this is something we're supposed to be doing. Let's, we are not going to automate this. This is too many things. And I know I said that like 2 seconds ago, but I'm just repeating it for myself that this is crazy levels of... Why are you... Oh. I see. Alright, do I want more? It doesn't hurt. We're already right here. I should probably just do that. And now I can do that. And we have 1,000. That was way more than I meant to make. But so be it. I'm going to take a moment and drop off this quantum star since it doesn't do us any good at the moment. And these nether stars. And this white carpet. And this other stuff. Right there. I said right there. There we go. And then this radon gas. What was it? Oh, this rate. Oh, I don't have the thing. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay. You're okay. Everybody's okay. This hydrogen is almost done. And what did we need to do with this? Dichlorohoffenfloffen. We need to make potassium, so we're going to mix chromium trioxide with saltpeter dust. Which means I need you to have another input hatch. So you and you. Okay, and potassium is going to be downstairs. I don't think I have any anywhere else. I'm going to get like 5. I've got 8 stacks. I can grab 8 stacks. Not this far downstairs, though. Come to think of it. This far downstairs. Oh my goodness. Seriously? All of these are stopped working because... Why is working disabled? I need its failrite for something, maybe? I don't know. I'll fix that later. I think I've said that several times and walked past it. Now that I'm saying it out loud. Alright, what do we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure, that'll work. And all of this stuff is just getting... This is the biggest reason why I don't make stuff in bulk like this, because I am not going to put it all away. I'm just going to toss it. I'm terrible at cleanup after projects. Alright, we said... Uh-oh. What do I not... Here, I don't need these. This I definitely don't need. So, ender drawer, sure. Why ender drawers? I don't know. You can be there, and you, and you. We're supposed to work. Oh, they did work. They did not work. This one, diphenyl, phthalic acid, potassium, chromium trioxide, and oh, saltpeter. Dagnabbit, I grabbed potassium. It wants the potassium out of the saltpeter, and it would be crazy for me to be able to just put the potassium in there. Okay, I'll be right back. I picked it up. Okay. Alright, now you're gonna work, right? Okay, but you're stuck because nitrogen dioxide. So we'll just do a little bit of that action. And a One of you should be empty. That's good. And let's clean everything out. 2 saltpeter dust. Or we can try something. Trioxide. Alright, and you have to go right there. Along with you. And this should be working, right? I feel like I'm always jumping the gun to the next step. Oxygen, dimethylbenzene, and potassium dichromate dust. Potassium dichromate, oxygen, dichlorobenzene. I don't want your nitrogen dioxide. Why? Potassium dichromate, dimethylbenzene, oxygen gas. Mix phthalic and water. Potassium dichromate. And in there is potassium dichromate. Oxygen. 32 buckets of oxygen. Uh-oh. Come back, please. There you go. Okay. And dichlorobenzene. Let's make sure. Dichlorobenzene. Dimethylbenzene is what we need to have. Not dichlorobenzene. This stuff is useless. This doesn't do us any good. Why do we have it? I don't want it. I better hold on to it. Oh my goodness, that's so frustrating. Okay, how do we get dimethylbenzene? I don't feel like I get frustrated a lot, but good grief. All right, 2 methane here. Let's do this. Let's grab you and just shh. That'll work. Okay, and are you still running on that? No, you're ready for the next step. Okay, we got our ammonia. I'm going to switch gears over here for a second. We didn't have dichlorobenzene. We had something else. Nitrochlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene. Benzene and chlorine. See, this is madness. I can't do any of this. Yes, maybe I can. Hold on. I'm giving up on the one for a second because that was frustrating. Okay, so we've got the ammonia. We only have 1 bucket of ammonia. Why do we only have 1 bucket of ammonia? Okay. I'm getting frustrated. I don't know if you can tell. The fact that they're all called exactly the same thing with a 1-letter difference. It's not unrealistic. I get the fact that that's realistic. But the very fact that it's a thing is madness. So I've been recording for about an hour. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that all of that word salad that's coming out, it's going to be done by the beginning of next episode. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode of Star Technology. And I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Okay, I know it's frustrated. It's been a couple of hours. I'm called down. This is still taking forever. I've been out here for about 2 hours. Fiddling with it. We finally have dichlorobenzene, which I was like, great! No. Oh, we still have to make diaminobenzene, which is dichlorobenzene mixed with ammonia. I did grab the ammonia and I put it over in the second one, and we're just waiting for it to process. It's a second each. That's 1,000 seconds. Oh, this is a long process. And again, the reason we're not automating it is we're gonna get a better version pretty quick. And I gotta imagine 1,000 buckets is enough. We'll nurse it. We'll nurse it. Oh, there was 1 bit here. I have a little bit left, right? And because This recipe does 9 recipes, basically. So, we have to... Can't just do it in our inventory. I have to do it here. But I can take tiny piles, and I can put them back in here. And then in 20 seconds. We'll be done with this. I'll move this over there. I will finish that one up, and then bring the diphenyl isophthalate over. Actually, it'll be over there, because that one's faster. Yeah, so, well on our way. It's literally going to be like another 20 minutes before I'm done, though. I'll be back in just a moment. Nope, I lied. I'm back about 3 minutes later. I'm just going to append this video to the last one. But we have polybenzimidazole. I can grab a bucket, maybe? No. Okay. Let's see if we've got anything in here we can fix. Tungsten. One of these has got to be polybenzimidazole, right? That's 3. There's 4, 5, 6. Sterilized growth. That sounds fun. I want to do that. Right. Surely. I don't have enriched naquita, or I don't even have naquita ingots because I've got to pick up all this stuff. But I stopped the process earlier, so I could do that, and then I forgot and turned it back on again. That's perfluoroelastomer, polyimide, peak. Those are all other ones we'll have to make soon. But I am not sure where polybenzimidazole would be. I do know it's over in here somewhere. You know what? Here, let's do this. Let's do this. We can do this, and we can do use liquid polybenzimidazole bucket. Oh, where are we? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I must have just thought it was epoxy. All right, I think I can grab all of those. Let's see. In fact, you know what? I betcha. We've gotten all of these. I'm just not picking up a bucket of each one because most of them are gone by now. Okay, and we got the quest done. Not that I need the quest done, but, you know, I really don't want to have to track down later. And then lastly, I've got this giant... This thing is huge, and one of the things I love about it... Oh, it's not here anymore. It actually looks like it's full of the liquid, which is pretty good doggone cool. What should I have in there? I've got enough. I can go... Let's go real quick. Grab one of these. Right here. This is ridiculous, but we're gonna do it anyways. I bet you it won't run. I don't like these parallel hatches. I know that they make everything a little faster, but it's not running because this is full. And now it's running. It'll take 24 seconds, so I've got... Yep. I know it's minor, but it's the radon color, right? It looks like it's full of radon. That's just a cool thing. Do that more. I like that. I was thinking about putting up a assembler, the multi-block assembler. It's not going to happen, though. It's too wide. It's too long. Well, wide or too long. One of the two. So it's not going to fit up here. So I'll have to put it... I guess I could put it back here. That'll mean risking crossing these lines, and that's a bad idea. So we might wait until we get... Well, I could do it with LUV. We just need to get the LUV hatch. What does the LUV hatch cost? It's one of our next steps anyways. So, oh, it's a assembly line. Awesome. Okay, so more assembly lines is in the future. But we've got the polybenzimidazole. I'm going to spend some time fixing the nether, the pure netherite loop. And just waiting for all these to finish. This one's still going. It's only 1 second, but I mean, to be fair, this one's 5 seconds, and it's gonna take forever to... Oh man, I didn't realize just how long this was gonna take. I thought I had fast machines, and now I know I need faster machines. Anyhow, again, apologies for the little bit of crankiness earlier. But I think it's important to, you know, it's part of how I want to play, that you see everything about it, and that way you know that when you're playing and you get frustrated, I can't. I think I can make that. I don't know if it's possible. Oh! I won! I won everything. That's it. We're done. But like I said, I don't want you to feel like you're alone if you get super frustrated with this stuff, because you know, sometimes it seems like when I watch YouTubers, they're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and maybe they make mistakes and they're like, oh, no big deal. And that's not how I have my experience. So yeah, point is, I came back, we got it done, and everything is hunky dory now. So until next time, I'll catch you on the flippity flop.